Welcome back to Politics Nation. Let's turn to my panel, Kelly Hyman, attorney and legal analyst, and April Ryan, Washington's White House bureau chief for the Griot and an MSNBC contributor. Kelly, we have a trial date set for Jack Smith's classified documents investigation of Donald Trump, May 20, 2024, nearly the end of our presidential primary season, when we can probably expect to know who the GOP nominee will be. And based on current projections, we have good reason to think it'll be Donald Trump. Does it help or hurt candidate Trump to be on trial as we enter general election season? I mean, how does someone seriously run a presidential campaign facing this many felony charges and possibly more by May of next year?
Absolutely. That's an interesting point. We have to look at this from the legal standpoint. These are serious legal actions that have been brought against him. He was indicted. That means that a grand jury, based on the evidence that was heard, believed that there was a serious crime. And from the standpoint of it, does it hurt him? Yes, it does hurt him. But it'll be interesting to see when the trial date comes around whether his defense attorneys ask for the trial to be extended after the fact that the presidential election happens, so in fact to benefit him, because it definitely hurts him to have this information and potentially be indicted.
But would it not, and I want to go to you, April, as well on this, would it not also hurt to tell voters that you may have a president that when there's a national emergency, he may be in court all day because a defendant can't waive his presence in a criminal trial, even if it's virtual. Suppose something happens in the world and the president is tied up sitting at a defense table or sitting virtually there. That could be a very serious national security risk. And April, have a third and thus far most serious indictment looming over Donald Trump, who revealed this week that he received a target letter from Special Counsel Jack Smith's January 6th investigation. That letter named 3 federal statutes that Trump could be facing charges over. I wonder, April, since you've been in the briefing room with Trump many times before while he was under pressure, albeit nothing like what he's facing now, do these legal woes weaken him and shifts his focus, or does it embolden him and give him fire?
Reverend Al, this is a very intricate question that you're asking because Donald Trump is very complex, as you well know. Privately, he's very concerned, but publicly, he wants the window, the appearance of strength. He's going to go out and speak in boldness and even tell people, look, we should have kind of the same scenario January 6th. But at the same time, he's very concerned. But at issue, it's about those who are supporting him still, who are making him right now, in the straw holes view, the leader on the Republican side when it comes to this presidential contest right now. You have so many people who believe at this point that it's a witch hunt against Donald Trump. Some of the charges that were the indictments that came down first happened to deal with sex or something along that line in those 2 situations with E. Jean Carroll as well as Stormy Daniels. But the most serious issues are coming later. And if these more serious issues came first, I wonder what the mindset would have been for those who are still supporting Donald John Trump, the former impeached, indicted, how many times, president of the United States.
Kelly, Jack Smith's investigation appears to be close to the indictment stage. What's your reaction when you saw a target letter go out to Trump and the 3 federal statutes being looked at? Do you get the sense the DOJ is covering all the bases?
I think the DOJ is serving justice, is serving the American people. They are investigating these allegations, bringing them before the grand jury, and the grand jury is making the determination whether to indict him based on the evidence presented to them. No one is above the law, and that is what is great about our justice system.
April, a new HuffPost article explains how the Republican Party and most of Trump's rivals for the 2024 GOP presidential nomination is shrugging off the news of a potential third indictment for the former president as more of the same. One GOP senator who's backed Trump's efforts to overturn Biden's 2020 victory says, quote, "I think it shows that politicians lie and they know they're lying. The liar knows the people knows he's lying, and the people that are being lied to, they're being lied to. That is political reality in 2023, unquote." April, how concerning is it that Republicans excuse Trump's bad behavior and defend him?
Well, Reverend Al, as you know, and so many of us know, to include the Republicans and Republicans in leadership, that Donald Trump broke the rule of law. He has been found to be a liar. But yet and still, he carried out the missions of the core principles of the Republican Party. You know, some of that being how many Supreme Court justices did he put on that bench, the high court? And because of that, we're seeing the overturning of rules and laws that Republicans really had a problem with. Let's say Roe v. Wade, overturned. Let's talk about affirmative action and college admissions, overturned. And there potentially could be more. He did exactly what, they wanted to do, even though it might have been unpolished and brash, and lacking a lot of control, but he did it. So what they're seeing is, okay, this is Donald Trump, but in the meantime, I'm going to turn a blind eye and kind of downplay what he did because he did what we wanted him to do.
Kelly Hyman and April Ryan, thank you both for being with us. Coming up, state attorneys across the country send a strong message to America's Fortune 100. Diversity matters is the message.